Incredible scientific discoveries.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Titanic. I'm your host, Alexa. Have you ever heard of a scutoid before? What about the newest northern lights, Steve? All of this and more coming up in just a moment. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so that you never miss an upload. And in the comments below, let's play a game. Can anyone guess what my zodiac sign is? Before I give you that answer, let's get into some science.
I think I thought it. In 2014, neuroscientists figured out how to implant false memories, so basically things just got really matrixy. A mouse's brain cells were manipulated to encode false memories of receiving a shock when placed in a small metal box. Luckily, the mouse had never actually been given a shock, but the implanted memory saw the poor mouse react in fear. New Northern Lights. Meet Steve. He's the new Northern Light on the block. Okay, but seriously, Steve is different from the other auroras. First, Steve is purplish in color, travels on a different magnetic field than the Northern Lights, and because of this field, can travel a lot closer to the equator. Also, Steve's displays only last for an hour or so they can easily be missed.
Steve actually stands for Strong Thermal Emission Velocity Enhancement. It wasn't just named after some dude's uncle.
The cure. This scientific discovery has literally given people a second life. In 2017, a cure was found for sickle cell anemia. This hereditary condition affects millions worldwide, resulting in organ damage, chronic pain, stroke, and a much shortened lifespan. Before now, the only cure was a bone marrow transplant, which is not always suitable and extremely expensive. The first person to be successfully cured was a teenage boy in Necker Children's Hospital in Paris. He was given stem cell therapy. Stem cell makeover. A stem cell is like a shapeshifter. It's a cell with the ability to turn into any other type of cell in your body. Dermis cell, nerves, brain cells, literally anything. However, in 2006, scientist Shinya Yamanaka discovered that you can reprogram any cell into a stem cell, which has been a game changer in regenerative medicine. A Titanic-sized fatberg. This might be the most disgusting thing you'll ever hear. A fatberg is a solid blockage in a drain made from congestion of cooking grease, sanitary towels, and diapers. Scientists have suggested that separating the oils and fats from solid waste can produce biodiesel. The Thames is planning to recycle a gigantic fatberg into enough biodiesel to run 350 London buses for a day. Ancient art. A new advancement has helped us go back in time. In 2014, scientists used radiocarbon dating to determine that the Meros cave paintings in Sulawesi, Indonesia, are older than originally thought. The cave painting is a depiction of an ancient pig deer, or babirusa. They are the oldest example of figurative art and are now dated about 40,000 years ago. Shoot for the sun. The Parker Solar Probe is the fastest human-made object with the ability to fly past the sun at speeds of 430,000 miles an hour. The need for speed comes from the scorching sun's surface of 3.6 million degrees Fahrenheit. That temperature doesn't exactly allow visitors to hang around. So on these fast drive-bys, the Parker can collect data closer than before to help us understand our closest star a little better. Water-fueled cars. Water-fueled cars have always been rumored, but no one has really come to the table with a viable, working prototype. Since the 1930s, there have been claims of perpetual motion water fuel cells, but none have survived scientific scrutiny. In 2014, this changed. Sunfire GmbH, a German clean tech company, transforms carbon dioxide and water into synthetic petroleum. Let's hope it makes a splash when it finally reaches the market. Reduce, reuse, re-rocket. Elon Musk is carrying on his spree of outlandish ideas that generally work out. This time, he's figured out a way to send rockets into space, and once they complete their mission, they safely land back in the ocean on a barge. This is a major advancement in cost-effective space travel, and being able to bring more samples back for research. Migraine management. Finally, migraine sufferers have a true solution. Eli Lilly, the pharmaceutical giant, has created a new treatment for migraines. The only catch, it costs $575 a month. It has already got US FDA approval, which is the first of its kind, specifically for migraine treatments. Previously, migraine treatments were always knock-on effects of drugs made to treat something else. Lab-grown organs. Regenerative medicine has been on a winning streak, first with stem cell advancement and now with strides in new methods that can speed up the development of artificially growing human tissues and organs in a lab environment. The scientists leading these advances at Wake Forest's Institute of Regenerative Medicine have their sights set on repairing nerve damage and growing entire organs and limbs. To my skull. Finding out the origin of the human species is one of man's oldest pursuits. A discovery in 2002 brought us closer to these answers.
A 7-million-year-old fossil found in Central Africa is thought to be the oldest hominid fossil ever found.
Named Sahelanthropus chadensis, it was more primitive, with a flat face displaying hominid traits. This could be a very real link of a common ancestor between apes and humans and provides answers for the spread and rate of evolution. Small but powerful. Scientists have been working on medical robots that are 1,000 times smaller than a strand of hair and can suffocate tumors. They've seen great success in mice and pigs in getting rid of breast, skin, lung, and ovarian cancer. The little robots attack the tumor and block off the supply of fresh blood to that area. It's yet to be tested on humans. Color my world. Have you ever wondered if the color of the pill you're taking makes any difference to the effect it has on you? Several studies have confirmed that the color of the pills influences how we believe they make us feel.
In a nutshell, it works like this. Blue pills are thought to be sedatives. Red or orange pills are thought to be stimulants. Yellow pills are thought to be antidepressants, and pills that are brightly colored or branded are thought to work better than others.
Shapeshifter. Forget about squares and rectangles. We have a new shape to add to the mix, and it's called a scutoid. It was discovered inside our cells in 2018. This discovery explains how our cells fit so perfectly into each other. It was always assumed that our cells took on a prism or pyramid shape, but it was never conclusive. The name scutoid was given in reference to the thorax of a beetle called the scutellum. We are family. NASA spotted a bigger, older cousin to Earth in July of 2015. It's called Kepler 452b. It's roughly 60% larger than Earth, but has a similar temperature. NASA said this discovery was a milestone in the journey to finding another Earth. Meaty issue. Meatable is a startup that's been founded alongside scientists from Cambridge and Stanford, where they are producing real meat with a single cell and without hurting an animal. The team are expected to launch their range in 2020. Initially, the meat could only be produced using an animal product called fetal bovine serum, which meant there was still animal cruelty involved. But the guys from Meatable claim to use the stem cells from umbilical cords, which fall off naturally. Lucky find. There's been a lot of talk about how we have built up a resistance to antibiotics, and in the US, antibiotic resistance is the cause of death for up to 23,000 people every year. In 2015, Teixobactin was discovered. A new method of extracting drugs from dirt-dwelling bacteria was used, and this antibiotic can overcome infections that other antibiotics are not able to. Baby boom. Another controversial announcement was made by Chinese scientist He Jiankui, who says he was able to successfully edit the genes of two twins born in China, making them immune to HIV. I'll drink to that.
Archaeologists discovered a beer brewery in Israel that's thought to be 13,000 years old.
The Natufians were thought to be responsible for this brewery, and what makes it so intriguing is that the beer residue found in this area predates their bread making, meaning that the farming in those days produced alcohol before bread. Monkey see, monkey do. 2018 was a big year for scientific breakthroughs and discoveries, and it was the first time that monkeys were cloned. The same method that was used to clone Dolly the sheep was used in China, and the monkeys are named Zhang Zhang and Wawa. This is the closest relative to a human that's been cloned, so it may not be monkey business for much longer when humans are cloned for the first time. Black magic. It's easy to assume that black is the darkest color that you can get, but Surrey Nanosystems in the United Kingdom developed a material called Vanta Black that's even darker than black. The material absorbs 99.96% of visible light. Now, an even darker material has been discovered by sheer accident. It's still unnamed, that's how recent the discovery is, and it absorbs 99.995% of incoming light. Researchers at MIT say the material reflected 10 times less light than all other super black materials, including Vanta Black. They were trying to look at different ways to grow CNTs on materials like aluminum when they noticed how dark the materials were that they were growing on the aluminum foil.
That is a ton of scientific information so far, and we still have a little bit to go. But I think it's time to check some answers. My zodiac sign is Aries. Let me know yours in the comments down below.
1. Hair today, gone tomorrow. And there you thought McDonald's was just there to satisfy your junk food craving. Now it seems that the oil they use could hold the solution to regrowing hair follicles. The chemical is called dimethyl polysiloxane, and this mouthful is believed to encourage hair follicle germs, or HFGs, to grow in a lab setting. Scientists have been able to grow roughly 50 HFGs at once, but hair-raising results were experienced when dimethyl polysiloxane was added and 5,000 were produced. The follicles have been successfully transplanted into mice, but not humans yet.